Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really critical question. Is Apple's highly marketed Siri AI in iOS 27 a massive privacy revolution? Or is it kind of a hidden security risk? Well, let's dive right in and dissect the new architecture, the potential vulnerabilities, and what security experts are warning us about when it comes to your personal data. Right out of the gate, we've got some serious drama. Apple has actually indefinitely delayed the rollout of Siri AI in the European Union, and you might be wondering why. Well, regulators over there want Apple to give third-party virtual assistants direct access to users' private data. Apple is claiming that doing this is simply way too dangerous, which has created a massive, strict regulatory deadlock. Okay, let's look at why it's considered so dangerous. Section 1. The new Siri architecture. So, what's really fascinating here is how Apple completely rebuilt Siri from the ground up. They've shifted away from their old, historically on-device-only processing strategy. Now, it's a complex, three-tier AI pipeline. Basically, your local Apple silicon handles the simpler tasks. Then, more complex requests move up to Apple's own private cloud compute servers. And finally, the really heavy reasoning tasks, those are actually routed out to Google Cloud servers running NVIDIA hardware and a custom 1.2 trillion parameter Gemini model. Pretty wild, right? Now, Apple is heavily marketing this new hybrid pipeline as a total privacy-first fortress. Craig Federighi even stated that data sent to their private cloud compute is encrypted, processed ephemerally, and then instantly deleted. Absolutely no training on your data. They're promising that your information stays completely private, letting you tap into that massive cloud-level AI power without sacrificing the security you've come to expect from your iPhone. Moving on to Section 2. Semantic Index and App Intents. To understand how this works, think of the new Semantic Index as an ultra-fast, on-device digital librarian. Instead of just doing basic keyword searches, it's constantly reading and cross-referencing your emails, your photos, and your messages. It actually maps all of that into a multi-dimensional mathematical vector space. This is what allows Siri to instantly pull deeply personal context for literally any question you ask it. It's a massive technological leap. We're shifting away from legacy Siri's basic, siloed keyword matching, where apps only knew exactly what you explicitly typed in. Now, this new AI uses those semantic vectors and the Apple Neural Engine to seamlessly synthesize your entire digital life across multiple apps at the exact same time. Now, if the semantic index is the brain, app intents are the hands. This framework gives Siri the unprecedented ability to autonomously read your screen and actually take actions inside your apps. So, say you're looking at a text message with an address. Siri can use its on-screen awareness to just pull that address and book a ride for you in a totally separate app without you even lifting a finger. It's a real game changer for convenience. But that brings us to Section 3, Security and Prompt Injection. Security researchers are definitely sounding the alarm here about a vulnerability known as prompt injection. Because Siri is constantly reading the active pixel buffer of your screen to, be helpful, what happens if a hostile text message or some malicious web page tricks that on-screen awareness? Here is the absolute crucial point. Because Siri can now act autonomously across apps using those app intents, a hijacked system via prompt injection could theoretically be manipulated to steal passwords, silently send money through your banking apps, or even permanently alter your files and account settings, all without your ongoing consent. This exact scenario is why Apple is fighting the EU's demand to let third-party assistants have that same level of deep system access. Let's look at another angle. Section 4. The ChatGPT privacy gap. So we have a pretty complex privacy picture here. On one hand, Apple's private cloud compute is stateless. It deletes your data instantly, absolutely no training. But if you choose to link your OpenAI account to use the ChatGPT extension for those broader world knowledge questions, you suddenly fall under OpenAI's policies. And ChatGPT logs your queries, saves your history, and can actually train future models on the very personal files you ask it to analyze. Patrick Walsh is security expert over at Iron Core Labs, hit the nail on the head here. Handing over full documents filled with personal information to ChatGPT completely undermines Apple's privacy promises. Even if Apple obscures your IP address at first, the exact moment you log into your OpenAI account, well, all that anonymization is just out the window. That strict privacy story simply doesn't apply anymore. For the everyday user, the real danger is actually the interface itself. The operating system blends these two environments so seamlessly together that you could very easily fail to realize when your request crosses the line from Apple's secure, encrypted ecosystem straight into OpenAI's data gathering cloud. It's an error-prone setup, and honestly, privacy leaks become highly likely.
Okay, let's get practical. Section 5. How to protect yourself. The good news? You don't have to accept these risks blindly. The absolute most crucial step recommended by privacy advocates right now is to just disable the ChatGPT extension entirely. You can literally just go to your device settings, tap Apple Intelligence and Siri, select ChatGPT, and make sure Use ChatGPT is toggled off. Doing this ensures your sensitive local queries are never routed to OpenAI's servers, keeping everything strictly locked inside Apple's ecosystem.
Now, for absolute protection, especially if you're managing devices for kids or an entire enterprise fleet, you can lock things down even further. You can block ChatGPT completely using screen time restrictions. Or, if you don't want your device constantly mapping your personal data into mathematical vectors in the first place, just toggle off Apple Intelligence entirely in the settings. For corporate environments, IT admins can even use MDM profiles to globally block these AI features across all their devices. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. In the rush for a smarter, more capable assistant, are we trading our most intimate digital boundaries for convenience? It's definitely a trade-off that requires careful thought and active management of your device settings. This video brought to you by Microdyne Computers. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. It's free and helps me to better know what you, the viewers, want to see. Thank you so much for watching.